Cultural perspectives on trauma. Enhancing healing through cultural sensitivity. Trauma affects individuals across the globe, but the understanding and approach to trauma can vary significantly between cultures. Recognizing and integrating these cultural perspectives in trauma therapy can enhance healing and provide more effective support. This video examines how different cultures understand and address trauma and discusses the importance of cultural sensitivity in trauma therapy. Understanding trauma through different cultural lenses. Western perspectives. In Western cultures, trauma is often understood through a psychological and medical lens. Western trauma therapy focuses on individual experiences, mental health symptoms, and evidence-based treatments such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and EMDR. The emphasis is on diagnosing and treating trauma-related disorders through structured therapeutic interventions. Indigenous perspectives. Indigenous cultures often view trauma as a collective experience that affects the entire community. Healing practices may involve communal rituals, storytelling, and connection to the land and ancestors. These practices emphasize restoring harmony and balance within the community. Indigenous healing approaches often incorporate spiritual and cultural elements that foster a sense of belonging and continuity. Eastern perspectives. Eastern cultures, such as those in China, Japan, and India, may incorporate spiritual and holistic approaches to trauma healing. Practices such as meditation, yoga, acupuncture, and traditional medicine are often used to address both the mind and body. Eastern approaches to trauma healing emphasize the integration of physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. African perspectives. In many African cultures, trauma is understood within the context of community and spirituality. Traditional healing practices may involve ceremonies, dances, and rituals led by spiritual healers. The focus is often on communal support and spiritual cleansing. African healing traditions prioritize the interconnectedness of individuals and their communities, promoting collective resilience. The importance of cultural sensitivity in trauma therapy. Respecting cultural beliefs and practices. Cultural sensitivity involves respecting and incorporating an individual's cultural beliefs and practices into their therapy. This approach can enhance trust and rapport between the therapist and the client, making the therapeutic process more effective. Therapists who are culturally sensitive can tailor their interventions to align with the client's cultural values and preferences. Addressing cultural stigma. In some cultures, there may be stigma associated with discussing mental health or seeking therapy. Culturally sensitive therapists can help address these stigmas by providing a safe and non-judgmental space for clients to express their experiences. By normalizing the conversation around mental health, therapists can reduce the barriers to seeking help. Integrating cultural healing practices. Therapists can integrate culturally specific healing practices into their treatment plans. This integration can provide a more holistic approach to healing, combining traditional methods with modern therapeutic techniques. Incorporating cultural practices can enhance the relevance and effectiveness of therapy, making it more meaningful for the client. Enhancing therapeutic outcomes. Cultural sensitivity can lead to better therapeutic outcomes by ensuring that the treatment is relevant and meaningful to the client's cultural context. Clients are more likely to engage in and benefit from therapy when their cultural values and practices are acknowledged and respected. A culturally informed approach can foster a deeper connection between the therapist and the client, enhancing the therapeutic alliance. Case studies. Case Study 1, Integrating Indigenous Healing Practices. Maria, a Native American trauma survivor, felt disconnected from conventional therapy methods. Her therapist, recognizing the importance of cultural sensitivity, incorporated Indigenous healing practices such as smudging, storytelling, and connection to nature into her treatment plan. This approach helped Maria feel more understood and supported, enhancing her healing process. The integration of Indigenous practices provided Maria with a sense of cultural continuity and spiritual connection. Case Study 2: Addressing Stigma in an Eastern Cultural Context. Jin, a Chinese immigrant, struggled with the stigma of seeking mental health support. His therapist, who was culturally sensitive, addressed these concerns by incorporating traditional Chinese medicine practices like acupuncture and herbal remedies into the treatment. This integration helped Jin feel more comfortable and reduced his anxiety about therapy. By respecting Jin's cultural beliefs and preferences, the therapist was able to create a more supportive and effective therapeutic environment. Different cultures understand and address trauma in unique ways. Recognizing and integrating these cultural perspectives in trauma therapy can enhance healing and provide more effective support. By respecting cultural beliefs, addressing cultural stigma, integrating cultural healing practices, and enhancing therapeutic outcomes, culturally sensitive therapy can create a more inclusive and effective healing environment. Embracing cultural diversity in trauma therapy acknowledges the richness of human experiences and promotes a holistic approach to recovery. Understanding and valuing cultural perspectives can empower trauma survivors to heal in ways that are meaningful and authentic to them.